You a good boy? Hey, bud. Burr, 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 burr. Why is there no audio? Uh-oh, burr. Ruh-roh. What'd I do wrong? What did I fuck up? Okay, everything's plugged in, so am I just not getting audio on my monitor? Oh, there we go. Burr, burr, burr. Hey, buddy, bud. Let's get the live shirt out. Hey guys, all of you watching, what's up? Happy Wednesday. How's it going? Burr, burr, burr. I love you. I love you, buddy. There we go, live shirt out. Probably should share it out in Discord, I guess. Oh yeah, how did I share this out in Discord? It's been so long. Oh, there we go. Oh, am I not logged into Discord on this phone? Okay, never mind, not sharing this Discord. Barbie bro, Oreo. Yeah, bud. I get the chat pulled up. Boom, and we're golden. Okay. Hello, hello. Our day was good. How was yours? Yep, he's a 22-year-old Red Lord Amazon. His name is Oreo. Thank you all for hanging out and chilling with us on, wow, not, yeah, thank you all for hanging out and chilling with us. I'm tired. But, how's y'all's Wednesday? How was your weekend? YouTube, what is up with your chat right now? Hello, hello. Love the bird, thank you. Burr, burr, burr. Well, you had a 115-degree fever. I hope you're in the hospital. 106 and your brain starts to boil, so... Burr, burr, burr. Weekend's been nice? Great, that's awesome. Good weekend's always good. Beware of trolls? Yes. I will say trolls on YouTube are way less common than on TikTok. I'll say that trolls on YouTube are a little bit more creative in the way that they troll. But, trolls don't bother me. Block and move on. They've never bothered me on TikTok either. I think that's one thing about being an older streamer is you don't take things as personal. Now, if I was doing this when I was like 20 or younger, 25, 18, 17, 16, whatever, it definitely, trolls would bother me way more. But I've just, over the years, come to realize that people trolling online are either insecure about something or they're trying to gain reputation with their friends. Ow, Berber, don't bite me. Or they're just bored. And all they really need is a hug and someone to listen to their inner thoughts. You really love Oreo? Yeah, he's adorable. How could you not love him? He cannot have hot Cheetos. Cheetos have guacamole in them. Or avocado, yeah. And also they're just unhealthy. High salt content and all that stuff. So he can't enjoy hot Cheetos. I like hot Cheetos though. They're good. They're not my favorite chip, but if there's a bag, I definitely won't say no. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, you too. Big guy, what's up? Can you say hi? Go wow. Robert, today's Wednesday. Yeah. Here in a little bit, you get to have a WALNUT. Yeah. I have to spell it though, because if I say it, you'll want it right now. Yeah, it's taken me a long time to build a bond with him. It definitely helped that I raised him from a hatchling. So, quick summary: I rescued Oreo when he was a hatchling. He's missing his right foot due to the breeder's negligence. An hour after he hatched, within an hour after he hatched, I should say, he lost his foot from the incubator. So certain incubators have egg rollers across the bottom, which are these long metal rods that turn the eggs to keep them evenly heated. And what's supposed to happen is if you know an egg is about to hatch, you're supposed to pull it out of that incubator and put it into a different incubator and hand turn the eggs every, 30 minutes to an hour? I forget. And the breeder did not do that. And so when Oreo hatched, the incubator's egg turners turned on and caught his right foot, crushed and amputated it. And the breeder called us because she knew we were looking for a bird. We weren't actually looking for a red lord, which is the type of bird he is. We were actually looking for a cockatoo. We were looking for an umbrella cockatoo. But when we heard his story, he was literally born that day. So we went over, and as soon as Oreo was put in my hands, my dad was like, "Oh shit, we're about to get a bird." The breeder told us that day that she didn't. She told us that she euthanized birds with deformities because, in her words, disabled birds don't make profit. We found out much later that she was a horrible person. That should have been the first red flag. But that day, I made the decision that Oreo was coming home with us, and my dad wasn't going to stop that. And from that point forward, Oreo's been my buddy. He imprinted on me, and every day that he was over at the breeder's house, I'd go over and take care of him and hang out and chat with him and just ramble to him to let him get to know my voice. And I'd feed him baby formula and all that fun stuff. So we have quite the bond. If you want to read his origin story, check out my website, zachhertz.com/Oreo. That's his origin story that he wrote. He pecked it out key by key on the keyboard. So it's a bit biased, but it's a good read. Oh, thanks for the subscriptions, y'all. Really appreciate that. That's the best way to help out. That's the best way to help out our channel. Subscribe and like, and we're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. That unlocks a lot of stuff for us, feature-wise, on YouTube. It lets us sell our merch directly on the YouTube channel instead of people having to go find it on our website. All that good stuff. So subscriptions are a great way to help out. And I love him very much. I would sacrifice the world for him. He can say hello, but it's not hello. It's like, ow! He does the cadence. He's not much of a talker besides that. He's more of a whistler. He can whistle the Andy Griffith theme song, which is an old school show. But you probably know the tune if you've never seen the show. It's... So he'll whistle that quite a bit. He remixes it and changes it up. He also can bark like a dog, balk like a chicken, quack like a duck. He has quite a variety of different noises that he makes. He does alarm calls, so if he feels like he's in danger or he's upset, he has like alarm calls. He has flock calls, which are like, hey, you're not in my eyesight, I don't see you, can you respond? So he'll have those types of calls, and I'll usually, if I hear him, I'll usually whistle, like if I'm in the other room or whatever. He makes very cute little sleepy noises. When he's sleeping, he'll make like little peeps. He also does noises when he wakes up and before bedtime. That tells me he's relaxed. Can you please stop biting my ear, buddy? You can play with the piercing, just don't bite my ear, big guy. Let me make sure these are all nice and tight. There we go. Yeah, that eyebrow usually stays pretty tight. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is Oreo on our shirt, on my shirt. It's Oreo, and then the word Stargazer above it. Oreo has a neurological condition called stargazing, which where he tilts his head back and stares up at the sky. And I love space and science fiction, so it was kind of a no-brainer. Gave it double meaning. We have them available in our shop if you'd like to buy one. We have short sleeve and long sleeve. We have other merch like our Zach and Oreo sticker, which is like a cartoon version of Oreo and I. We have the spicy water coffee mug. When we were on TikTok, we had a code word for alcohol, which was spicy water. Real original, I know. And then we also have this in a shot glass form. And we have the Christmas or the holiday, whatever. It fits for all like winter holidays. But we have the Zach and Oreo. Sorry, we have the Oreo ornament. I think that's all of our merch. I'm working on doing more merch. Just takes time and money that I don't have at the moment. But I would like to make an Zach and Oreo hoodie. I'd like to make a... one of the things I've been trying to figure out how to do is like a Zach and Oreo challenge coin. I love the idea of like a token with his face and my face on each side. So one side's Oreo, one side's me. I almost referred to myself in third person. Cringe. The only problem with those is we have to do like a big pre-order for them, because you can't do one at a time. You have to do a bunch, and so those would have to be pre-ordered. And we're always open to merch ideas as well. We'd like to get this design on a hoodie. Yeah. There's a few ideas kicking around that I'd like to put into place. Want to get him on a coffee mug for sure. I'm more about putting Oreo on stuff because I think he's more adorable and makes better like merch. It'd be cool to do like an Oreo plushie. Yeah, bud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my eyes are prosthetics. I lost my eyesight due to cancer when I lost my right eye at age 1 and my left eye at age 2. I'll do this story really, really briefly because I've told it so many times. But and I also have 3 videos on a playlist on my channel where you can go hear the whole story. But at a month old, I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is cancer of the retina. And for that first year, they did a bunch of different treatments, the radiation being the primary one, but they also tried to attack it with lasers and a bunch of different stuff. It failed, so they irradiated me for nothing. But they thought at the time that was the best way to treat retinoblastoma. And the cancer moved from the retina to the back of the eye and started traveling down the optic nerve. And once it does that, you literally have very little time to make a decision, because once retinoblastoma hits the brain, it is fatal. And so they went in and they took the eye and optic nerve out. My left eye was like, bro, hold my beer. And it accelerated its growth as well and started traveling down the optic nerve. So they went in and took that eye and optic nerve out by age 2. And that's kind of the short summary of that. The radiation caused... Whoa, dude, don't bite my ear. The radiation they caused called genetic mutations. And at age 6, I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, which is a bone-eating tumor. And that opened a whole different can of like craziness, chaos. I was given chemotherapy. When they found the osteosarcoma, they told my dad I had 3 months to live, because of the size and its position and what damage it had done to my skull, and it was starting to move towards the brain and actually had penetrated the dura, which is the protective sac around your brain, which is like the blood barrier. Oh my gosh, my brain's blanking on the... But anyway, it's the basically the filter for the brain to keep stuff out, but allow blood and oxygen through. And fortunately, they got to it before the tumor could infiltrate into the brain. And I was on chemotherapy for quite a while. They were able to shrink it down enough where they felt comfortable going in and do a surgery. I was on the operating table for 12 hours. They deconstructed a big portion of my skull. They repaired all the damage that the tumor had done. It had eaten 70% of the internal bones in my skull. And they went in and repaired all that. They loaded me up with plates, screws, and wires to repair and hold bones into place. And yeah. I got the call on Christmas Day that I was tumor-free after the surgery. And that was a pretty great Christmas gift. And then that was at age 6 and early stage of age 7. And then from 9 to 14, I had about 9 more of those tumors pop up, but we found them early enough, and they went in and took them out with very little problems. At age 14, 15, I was diagnosed with another one, and it had wrapped around and compressed a nerve in my face called the trigeminal nerve. It's responsible for your sensation around your forehead, down into your temple, and down into your jaw. And that nerve damage caused something called trigeminal neuralgia, which is often known as the unaliving disease, because the pain is so intense that people within the first year being diagnosed with it erase themselves. And there's really not much treatment, especially at that time, that they could do. It's gotten better with treatment. Um, Unfortunately, I've been on a bunch of different stuff to treat it, and nothing's really worked. It's not even the fact that they're trying to get rid of it. It's more the fact that they're trying to reduce the pain enough so that you can have a good quality of life. They first started treating it with steroids and anti-seizure meds. Nothing really worked. Steroids had an adverse side effect. And so we moved to Vicodin. On YouTube, I should say that this is personal experience, so don't community strike me or whatever. The Vicodin stopped working after a month. I was pushed up to oxycodone, and then that stopped working after a couple months. And then they began cycling between oxycodone and Percocet. And that worked for a while to take the edge off. I went from like a 9 on the pain scale down to an 8 or a 7. And then those stopped being effective because my body was building up a tolerance. My nose is itchy. And then they moved me over to Dilaudid for short-term pain control with a long-lasting Percocet. So Dilaudid was to treat the acute pain, and then Percocet was put in my system to treat any long-term pain. It was like to take kind of the edge off long-term, and then Dilaudid would take control, would help knock down any pain that popped up throughout the day. They increased the doses of that over time, and then I moved back to Washington from Missouri. And then Washington had a bunch of issues. The DEA was coming in with the FDA because there was a bunch of overdoses in Seattle, and my doctors freaked out. They said that I was on too high of a level of opioids that they had prescribed, and they began knocking me down off of that. I was on methadone at that time. And yeah, I eventually got tired of dealing with their nonsense and pulled myself off of opiates. And that's kind of where we are now. Ooh, guitar picks. I actually have thought about that because I also fiddle around with guitars. And it would be really cool to do guitar picks. Oreo is a 22-year-old Red Lord Amazon. They originate from South America, but they have migrated up through Mexico and apparently are in California. There are small flocks of them in California, apparently. Hey, what's up, Oh, you're all good. I've told that story so many times. See, what's crazy is, to me, it's all normal. I've lived that life. I've dealt with all of it, so it's pretty normalized to me. And I was in Children's Hospital. I was in Seattle Children's Hospital, so I was around other kids dealing with crazy shit. To me, what I went through is pretty, not that big of a deal. There were literally kids with amputations, leukemia, and other nonsense. So for me, what I was going through was like, this is pretty normal. I thought all kids were going through something like that. And, I mean, I knew it wasn't, like, great what I was going through, but I was a 6-year-old. So the optimism of a 6-year-old is insane. And I have more perspective as an adult looking back. It definitely has caused a bunch of long-term issues mentally and physically. I live in a broken body, and I've accepted that long ago. But what's coming to the surface more and more is like complex PTSD. And as I get older, those symptoms are becoming more problematic, which is fair. But I never mind telling the story, but it becomes kind of blah to me. Like, I just, I've lived the life for so long that I just, I don't know, I can't put it into words. Like, it doesn't, talking about it doesn't upset me. It doesn't make me feel out of sorts, if that makes sense. I've talked about it for so long and so often that it's like reciting, like, like the Pledge of Allegiance. You do it so much and so often that you don't even think about it. You just point A, point B, point C, you know? I'm allergic to cats, unfortunately. And also having a cat with a bird, not the best. Not the best. I do. There are two cats upstairs though, so I get to hang out with cats. And the one that hangs out with me and knows I'm allergic, and she likes to put her face right in my face and likes to yell at me until I pet her. So she wrestled me 2 nights ago. She got real playful and was like attacking my hands and batting at me, and she's very cute. PTD, PS, no, I cannot talk. Sorry. So one of the things, one of the side effects from having all that done is I had a thunderclap headache in 2023, 2022, and it caused stuttering. And part of that is I have trouble reaching for words and formulating sentences. Like, I know what I want to say, like like kind of the point, but I have trouble putting words together to formulate that sentence. But yeah, PTSD is expected. Agreed. I need that on a shirt, actually. And if you're not familiar with what a thunderclap headache is, it is the most severe migraine you could think of. And it often is a precursor to a stroke or a brain aneurysm. And fortunately, I didn't have either of those. But it is something that I never want to go through again. And it causes, in some cases, this can cause brain damage. And based on the fact that I started stuttering, I would say that there was some sort of damage. I saw a neurologist, and I ended up in the ER that day. I could barely speak. In fact, if you go to my website, there's a video of me the day after, because I had posted something on Facebook, because I'm a boomer. I'm not, but I had posted something on Facebook, and then all these people started calling me, and I couldn't talk. It took me forever to put a sentence together, and I was stuttering. My words would get I would get stuck in these like loops on letters, and everything started with because I was trying to enunciate, but I couldn't. And so I made a video the day after trying to show everybody what had happened and telling them not to call me, to text me. And I found that video a while back, so I put it on my website along with resources for stuttering. So if you go to zachhertz.com/stutter, or maybe it's stuttering, you can get an idea of what that looked like the day after it happens. I literally thought I was dying when that shit was happening. Yeah. And then within the last year, I was diagnosed with epilepsy, which is insane, but not unexpected. My uncle has it, and my bio womb has it, so yeah, my life is chaos. Yeah, that's pretty much all the symptoms I went through as well. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you had a stroke. That sucks. I've done the whole juicing thing. It didn't really have any impact other than I pooped really well. I've done everything you can think of to try to treat stuff. My cat allergy is a lot of itchiness, fortunately. I know people do break out in hives and they have trouble breathing, and I'm lucky that I only get itchy. I have gotten hives occasionally, but it's not super common. I would get them a lot when I would go to my grandma's house, my mom's mom. I would go down there to visit, and she had like 15 cats, and I'd always come back with hives and super itchy. You're back to 98 pre-stroke conditions. Hell yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing what our bodies can recover from and what they're able to do. Hi, buddy. After I saw the neurologist for the thunderclap, I had some hope because he said what you went through is not permanent. It can be, but he said we're gonna get you into speech therapy, and it took me about a year with speech therapy. I only did 12 not lessons. I only went to 12 speech therapy appointments because it was back in COVID, and things were super stressful, and I didn't want to be going to a hospital a lot. And so I did speech therapy, and then I spent the next 8 months busting my ass practicing what I'd been taught. And I spent hours and hours talking to this little guy because he can't judge. At least if he did judge, he couldn't vocalize it. So I would just spend hours and hours talking to him throughout the day and forcing myself to say super complex words and slowing down my speech and enunciating. And it has gotten better over time for sure. I mean, a lot better. I'll never fully recover with a stutter, but I'm so happy to be to where I am now. I couldn't imagine not being able to talk. I mean, I've already lost my sight, and not being able to communicate via voice would be super annoying. It was interesting because my roommate and I went out to the grocery store like a week after that headache had happened, and I was talking to her as we were going through the grocery store, and I felt like people were gonna think I was making fun of people with stutters, and it was so new that I just felt super uncomfortable, and I just was like, I don't want to talk while I'm out in public because I don't want people to think that I'm mocking a stutter, even though I was diagnosed with it. Like I still felt like people were gonna judge that I was mocking people. But yeah, when that happened, I literally just started texting everything. Thank y'all. I don't have religious beliefs. Um, I grew up in a household with various religious beliefs. Everything from like atheism to Christian, uh, Wiccan beliefs. Like it was a very mixed family. Um, I would rather believe in myself than put my faith in a higher being. That being said, I believe there is some order to the universe. Do I believe in the Bible? No. I put the same amount of belief in the Lord of the Rings as I do the Bible. I think Lord of the Rings is better written and has funner stories. I don't care what other people's beliefs are, whatever gets you through the day and makes you feel better. However, I also don't trust big organizations, and I think there's a lot of misconduct in religious-based organizations, and I think that religion gets used as a way to hurt people and to control people. But if you believe in higher power, that's great. I'm not going to preach my beliefs to you, and I would hope that you don't force your beliefs upon me. As long as we get along and we have, civil conversations, that's all I care about. If you use your religion as a shield to be an asshole and tell people how they can and can't live, then we're gonna have problems. But yeah, well, there's two things I don't talk about on my channel. That's politics and religion. Just because it's such a divisive, they're both very divisive topics, and my channel is all about people coming and hanging out and relaxing and being able to escape the world for a little bit, and yeah. But when we were on TikTok, I did talk about those things in the beginning, and I saw just how much hatred it brought because people were trying to make people believe what they believed, and it would spawn arguments in the chat, and it just felt very negative. So this is about as far as I go with that topic. As far as people ask, and I'll just respond as I do now. But you want to believe in something? Believe in the Church of Oreo, huh? Bow to your leader, Oreo, huh, buddy? All you have to tithe is 2% of your monthly income, and Oreo will bless you in the name of himself. All right, we're not a church, we're a cult. Oreo wants to sleep with everybody, huh? Yeah, yeah. Thanks for subscribing, and enjoy your rest of your night. Sleep well. We go live Wednesdays and Fridays. I've been trying to work in the Sunday live stream. Just isn't happening. I don't know why. Things are chaotic. Between insomnia and all that, I'm struggling to slip in a third live stream. But yeah, Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays are WALNUT days, which we could probably do that now, actually. Hey, buddy, do you want a walnut? Do you want a walnut? Short story is cancer as an infant, tumors, all that nonsense. I literally just went down the summary of it, but there's videos on my YouTube channel. If you click on my videos, there's a playlist that has a 3-part video series that a friend and I recorded, and you can check it out. But yeah, cancer, tumors, as a kid, caused a bunch of chaos. Hold on, buddy. Let's get you set up. Yeah, we're gonna get you set up. I just gotta grab a towel for you. Just gotta grab a towel. Always bring the towel. You want a walnut? Yeah. Let's get you one, okay? Okay, your throne is awaiting you, good sir. Remember, why do you have to poop on me when I put a fresh, clean shirt on? Why? You pooped on my blankets earlier, too, and I had to wash my sheets, or my blankets. Had to wash pillowcases. I don't poop on your cage, do I? No, I don't poop on your bed. Which, I need to change your cage, actually. We'll do that tomorrow. Grab the shop vac, vacuum stuff up. Then we'll put in some new towels for you. Which I need to buy some more. All right, bud. Here's the mic. We're gonna hook it up. Nope, you gotta back up. You gotta back up. You gotta back up. Go that way. Go that way. Keep going. Back up. There you go. All right, I'm gonna go get you some water. Okay. You want some water? I know when I eat walnuts, they make my mouth dry. So let's go get you some. I'm gonna go get you some water. Okay. Oh, thank you all for the kindness. I appreciate that. There you go, little buddy. Here's some fresh water, okay? Nice, cold, fresh water. Straight from the company of TAP LLC. Yeah. We only get the Berber best water. The best water. Yeah, we fly in water straight from the top of the freshest mountains. Yeah. Or we find the best spring, the fountain of youth. Yeah. That's how we keep you looking healthy and handsome, right? Each drop of water costs $5,000. Alright, I'll be right back, okay? While you eat your walnut, I'm gonna go take a piss, okay? Be a good boy. Well, first I'm gonna drink some coffee. Alright, be right back. Be a good boy. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy, bud. Hello. Hey to all of you joining the chat. What's up? How's it going? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Hello. Dang, buddy, we've been alive for almost an hour, big guy. Time's flying by. All right, I'm gonna move this way for a second. I gotta do something on the laptop. This bed is squeaky, bud. Hey, bud. Mr. Burby, bro. Hey, birds, don't bring me down. Burby, you know what I forgot to do today? You know what I forgot to do, big guy? I forgot to put vitamin E oil on my prosthetics. Yeah. Now my eyelid is itchy. I'll do that when we finish the live. Is that a tasty walnut? Can I have some? Can I have a walnut? Will you share with me? No? Do you hear Bobby barking? Do you hear the pup dog barking? Burr, burr, burr. All right, buddy, we got 5 minutes and we're going to wrap up, okay? I need to go make some food. Yeah, I need to go make some food. And we got to start getting you ready for bedtime. Can you say goodnight? Can you tell people goodnight? All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and wrap up for the night. Thank you all for hanging out and chatting with us. This live will be available tomorrow for a rewatch. In case you missed any of it or want to go back and watch him eat a walnut. All of our live streams are available for video on demand. Check out the Zach and Oreo live stream playlist, where I make sure to put them all there. You will not find our Christmas Eve and Christmas stream because for some reason YouTube won't let us put them up as a rewatch. Not sure what's up with that. But yeah, all of our other live streams are put up there. And check out our website, zachhertz.com. Link in the channel bio, but ZACKHURTZ.com. There you'll find information about myself and Oreo. You'll find access to our merch. You can grab yourself an Oreo t-shirt. You can grab a sticker. You can grab our spicy water mug or our spicy water shot glass. What else? You can find Oreo's origin story at zachhertz.com/Oreo. You can determine if he's a hero or a villain. What else? You can find information and resources for visually impaired people. You can find our blog posts on the front of the page. That's where we try to update news. If for some reason we get kicked off of social media, or if I need to post something that's link heavy. You can also find our Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App if you're so inclined to contribute that way, or our Amazon wish list. If you want to spoil Oreo with snacks, treats, stuff he needs. There's the Oreo treats and supply list. There's the everyday items wish list, which has things like towels and soaps. Things that we use every day are pretty commonly. Stuff for the studio, like cables and other tech, microphones, all that good stuff. And then you'll find the Zach Snacks wish list if you'd like to spoil me with treats. And then you'll find the wardrobe wish list or the clothing wish list. I've lost a lot of weight and all my clothes fit like shit, and I just haven't had the finances to go get all new stuff. But if you'd like to send some clothes, that'd be greatly appreciated. Not required or mandatory. None of this is. But and then you'll find the Zach's Tech and Berber. Don't be throwing walnut shells on the floor. And then you'll find the Zach's Tech and Gadget wish list, which has things like things I would like to play around with, like Raspberry Pi, stuff for hobbies like chainmail, leatherworking, fun fidget toys, all that good stuff. And then you'll find the old school wish list, which we made for TikTok back in the day. It was super cluttered, and so I started splitting up the wish list and giving them more organization to the chaos. And if you do send us a gift from the wish list, we will make a video shouting it out. So put something on the gift receipt and we'll promote whatever's on the gift receipt. So if you want to promote your social media, your small business, a cause you care about, tell us what's up. Tell Oreo he's a handsome boy. Tell us a joke. Do as you like. If it's not a social media handle on the wish list, on the gift receipt, we will only say your first name. If you don't want us to make a video, put no vid. And if you'd like to stay anonymous, don't put your name or just put anonymous. Please don't put anything political or religious on there, and please keep it YouTube appropriate. What else? Oh, if it is a snack for Oreo, I will make sure he eats it in the video so you can see him enjoying it. Yeah, I think that's it. Be kind to yourselves and others. Go learn some cool shit. Make the world a better place. Find moments of happiness when and where you can. Laugh at yourselves, but more importantly, laugh at other people. That's my motto. Best way to help the channel, subscribe. It's free. It's awesome. It helps us out greatly. Give a video or our live streams a like. That's always helpful too. Share with your friends. Whatever. Yeah. I think that's it. We love you all. Sleep well. Be safe. Sweet dreams. I know the world is crazy right now, so do what you can to make it better for yourself and others. Take breaks from social media. Don't get bogged down in depressing videos and content that the algorithm is feeding you. We go live Wednesdays and Fridays, so please come hang out with us. Find moments of relaxation and a way to escape. We're going to try to squeeze in a weekend live stream. I've been saying that, but it's been hard to do. But we're going to try to do a Sunday live stream. That's the plan. If we don't, you're more than welcome to yell at us on our next live stream. Every Wednesday is a Walnut Wednesday as long as we have walnuts. And yeah, we love you all. Be kind. Stay safe. Peace out. See ya.